3 good tripods. One absolutely fantastic tripod. It's mean and green, and it's called the Fat Boy, and it has a lifetime warranty, and it's built like an absolute tank. Welcome to another episode of Tripods with Travis. Everett came up with this name earlier, so we're gonna roll with it. And I'm happy to do any other tests that anybody wants to see or request or whatever. Any tripods out there you want me to try out, if I can get my hands on one, I will. And Kept Outside will do some testing for you. But anyway, in this test, I got the old Slick 700 and the old Sony A6400 gonna do the videoing. I got a Slick 700 here with a wrecking ball and Triclops clamp. I've got another Slick 700 here with a cheap ball head. This is the ball head that's on there. And a bog pog clamp. This thing, look at this. It's freaking, I don't like it. Everything gives on it, everything. I don't like it. And then we got the Fat Boy tripod, Warrior Tripods WT65 ball head on it, and a Triclops clamp. And look, this thing, it's solid. But what you will notice is the gun gives in this rubber. Okay, not as bad as it does in the bog pod, but it still gives right here, and you'll see that on this test. I hope it shows up in camera. But anyway, that's what we're doing, and I've already actually shot all the footage, so hope you enjoy this edit, and we'll go from there. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of a tripod test here. Let me turn my scope on. By the way, this is not, I don't like this on my gun, but it's not going to be at distance. But actually I'm going to aim it right there. See this, I can't even, get it locked on there. This is nuts. Okay, so the weight of this gun on this ball head is not even fair. But you'll be able to get an idea. So I'm going to hit record on this. We're just going to do like a shake test, and I can already tell you that is, I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but it's crazy. But this clamp, I'm 100% not a fan of this clamp at all. I think it's terrible. But anyway, I'm going to record this right here. Alright, so this is a Slick 700 with just a small pure ball head. I don't even know what it is, probably 25 millimeters or maybe, I don't know. With a Bog Death Grip clamp. And I'm going to just tap the buttstock. I mean, I'm just lightly tapping it. Wiggling it back and forth, tapping it from the side, up and down. And I'm just lightly tapping it. And it is crazy. Alright, I'm going to stop this recording here. Now, and I'll go ahead and show you. This is why I don't like this ball, or this clamp. Look at the clamp. Like, even if nothing else is moving, that clamp is awful. In my opinion, I don't like this clamp at all. Alright, now we'll go over to this one. Alright, it's still got some shake to her too. Not as bad, but alright, so, and I'm also trying to line these up to where this back leg is running parallel with the back of the gun. So let me get this one set on. This one's a lot better. Okay, so this is the Slick 700 with the wrecking ball and my Triclops clamp, or it's actually Nick's Triclops clamp. I got it centered on that fence post. I'm going to start recording. Okay, I'm recording. This one I was actually able to get it on the fence post and lock it down, but this isn't locked down tight. That's not how the wrecking ball works. So anyway, doing a little bit of a tap. I definitely think it's better than the old ball head. Side to side. I can feel the tripod shaking. You can actually see the tripod shaking. Top of the ball head's twisting a little bit, and tripod is definitely, the legs are shaking. For sure. I'll actually try videoing it with this phone. Okay, so here's the shake in the legs. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see it. I was hitting it kind of hard there. Here's the back though. I don't think it's picking it up in the phone. But anyway, side to side, up and down. Okay, so we got that. I'm going to stop this recording. Alright, so that was the Slick 700 with the wrecking ball. Now for the Big Daddy. See how this does. Get this lined up. All right. So, I'm going to start this recording. I'm lined up pretty good. All right, so here we go. Definitely a lot less shake. And this is coming from, I can see it. Like on that setup there, on the first setup, actually on that setup, the wrecking ball, I'm sure it was doing on that one too. That first one, that clamp was awful. The whole clamp's shaking and moving. Here's side to side. But, so on the first setup with a terrible ball head, and the clamp's not my favorite, the whole clamp was shaking. You could see it. And this one, with the wrecking ball, the Slick 700 with the wrecking ball on it, and the Triclops clamp, you could actually see it. The legs were given in it, and like I said, I don't think it's picking it up in the camera, but the legs were given in it. And on this one, the legs aren't moving, the ball head's not moving, but the rubber inside the clamp is shaking with the gun. Everything else is solid. This is what I was telling Philip earlier on the phone. I think I am going to go back to an Arca plate, because with this setup here, I like the clamp, but I didn't notice the clamp being a loose point, because whenever I'd move it, the ball head would move with it. With this setup, this ball head locks down tight where you're not going to move it. So now I can get in here and I can actually move the gun within the clamp. Like the ball head's not moving, the tripod's not moving, and I'll video this here. So the ball head's not moving, but you can see the gun is actually moving within that rubber on the clamp. So you take this clamp off and put an Arca mount on there, I think you get rid of about 95% of the shake that you're seeing right now. Could be wrong, but I can tell you nothing else is moving. This is not moving. I can't even feel it in the tripod. And the tip of the gun's moving. And it's bouncing on this rubber that's inside the clamp. So that's pretty legit. And this is what I was telling, I can literally, like, you can see nothing else is moving. And I could pick this gun up out of this clamp right now. That's where the shake's coming from. This rubber, it's bouncing on that rubber. What little bit of shake there is, it's definitely way less than these other two. But as far as this here, you get rid of that clamp and go straight Arca mount, or get the forearm with the Arca plate built in it, I think you'd be golden. But this tripod and ball head, it's pretty sweet. So anyway, that's all I have. I just wanted to do a little test. Don't mind the mess in the backyard. I'm just out back of the house here. So anyway, I'll get this up on video and we'll go from there. Go ahead and get my scope turned off. And I'll get the video footage from the scope, put it in the video with the camera, and whatever I've got on my phone. I don't know if it'll really show what I'm wanting it to show anyway, but we'll see. Anyway, this is the Fat Boy with the Warrior. This is the Fat Boy tripod, the Warrior tripod's ball head. It's the WT65 versus the Slick 700 with the Wrecking Ball. And both of these are running a Triclops clamp. And then the third tripod is another Slick 700 with a cheap ball head on it and a Bog Pog clamp on it, and it absolutely was the worst. And then the camera's sitting on another Slick 700, and I'm sure it's pretty stable. So anyway,